I now take you to the main important, what we call the jewel of the Archdiocese. I have said it quite often that I spend some time in this explanation of these jewels because they are something of our Archdiocese that are hidden perhaps. Maybe they are obvious to certain persons, certain places, but maybe it's good for all of us to know and be proud of these jewels in the crown of the Archdiocese. And so today I speak about the Resurrection Church in Indiranagar. Father Balraj is the parish priest there, and they have been stalwart parish priests. Perhaps it's a story of last 100 years. And the beginnings are perhaps very humble because it begins not with us priests and the Archdiocese, it begins with the congregation of Our Lady of Charity of Good Shepherd, who purchased a property in 1920, and that time it was the outskirts of Bangalore. Old Madras Road, what was called the Swami Vivekananda Road, and the original convent, a humble dwelling called as the Lourdes Villa, now a heritage building, was blessed in 1922 by Bishop Dr. Taisia, accompanied by Father Fego, a chaplain of the Good Shepherd community. In the same year, the French sisters started St. Michael's Home for mothers, unwed mothers and orphans, and entered into the many charitable and philanthropic activities. To the will of God, they reflected in their service some families residing close by, maybe about 17 families. They asked for religious services, and therefore there was this chaplain who helped them, brought them together, and the Catholic village of Michael Palya was formed. Initially, the faithful and the priest also came from St. Lude's Church in Ulsur. About 1938, St. Lude's Church was established, and so the priest came from there. And that is how the Murphy town was first separated from St. Lude's Church, Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Ulsur, and this community of what's called the Good Shepherd Sisters came together, and slowly the foundation for the first church was laid by His Grace Archbishop Arukiswamy in 1976. 3 years later it was inaugurated on 29th of December, and the Resurrection Church, as you know, the Resurrection is the feast of Easter that was celebrated for the first time, and from there begins the history, the real history of the Church of Resurrection at Indiranagar. Initially, I am told that it functioned only for Sundays as such, and Sunday mornings the priests came, Father Varki, Father Luman Montero, Father Tony Tampi Kayala, Father Herve Morissette, Father Joe Alphonse, Father Shemberry, Father Ignatius, and so these priests came and gave masses only on Sundays. Slowly, since it became a parish with Father Varki Valatotil, and he is the first parish priest there. Over the next 30 years, the Resurrection Church began to grow, began to expand also. More and more people joined, and not only Sunday Mass, but also the daily Mass started to be celebrated. And Father Anthony Swami built and completed that time the small presbytery in 1988. We were told there was no church bell, and people, the traditional people don't like to hear the bell. Unless they hear the bell, the church is not supposed to be existing for some. And so the bell they wanted to construct, but the edifice was very weak. It was perhaps mud walls, the first church. And so the special bell tower was made, for which the people collected the money. And I am told the bell tower was inaugurated on 15th of August 1989, and a 93 kg bronze bell was installed and inaugurated. The parish didn't have a community hall. People were just gathering. Catechism was held in the church, outside under the tree. And that's how perhaps the first time they thought of building a small community hall to have not only catechism but also meetings, choir practice, etc. And not disturbing the convent sisters, at the same time the worshippers. And so when Father Ayantappa was appointed, he built some rooms for this purpose, and the Easter feast, being a parish feast, the Triduum was introduced and Holy Week services, etc. And Father Francis Xavier, of our happy memories, is the first one who started regular Holy Week services and the other liturgical celebrations as such. Slowly, many things got to be added there. The Marriage Bureau, the Vincent de Paul, Legion of Mary, all these associations were started by Father Francis Xavier. There was supposed to have been an acute shortage of water also, and that also was solved with the help and support of the people in 1990 when a generous donor not only helped dig the well, but also pump was installed. And many people, that time we see nowadays for the Mission Sunday, there is so much interest in gathering raffles, tickets, the sales, the what we call the food counters, etc. It seems this began in our Resurrection Church in Indiranagar about 35 years back, even before Mission Sunday. These collections were started, and they collected it for the sake of well, for the sake of water, for the sake of pump, all happily, etc. And so, besides this, of course, some people thought there was a need of a school. The Good Shepherd Sisters were very generous to give us a plot of land where a school was built, and the school was handed over on contract basis to Sisters of St. Anne's, Bangalore, and they are still running the school according to the government requirements, etc. And there was also another skill training and tailoring, welding, fabrication, etc. And about 90 poor youth were in the first year itself enrolled, and this was inaugurated by Archbishop Alphonse Matthias on 11th May 1996. And this training center, technical training center, was supported by Miserior, an association in Rome. In 2000, the year 2000, Father Norman Bernard, he became the parish priest, and the parish not only grew in numbers, but also in quality, good liturgies, good hymn. Fathers, the people still remember the hymnal that was prepared by Father Norman Bernard called Harmony, which was used in the church, perhaps even now, some copies may be there. Monsignor Joseph Francis, Joe Fra, we called him, succeeded him in 2006, and he had mega plans to build a new church, which unfortunately could not be made at that time because we had a lot of problems of the land registrations, which is still going on. But then the altar was redesigned with the help of a designer, a parishioner, Mrs. Rita Moses, helped to modify the altar and the interior. Monsignor Francis, Joe Francis, our present Vicar General, took charge in 2010, and he brought it to life with a lot of initiatives. He built the presbytery. He perhaps did the painting of the church and renovating the church. And we are told he was one of the first ones in the Archdiocese also to start what's called the Mission Sunday collections, starting from the Resurrection Parish, which gave an example to all the others that we can all join together and contribute for missions. So today, if there are a lot of collections in a lot of parishes, perhaps we have to salute the Resurrection Parish for this model and for this example that they give. And I said the presbytery that was built by Father Francis was inaugurated on 3rd of February 2013. Father John Solomon took charge of this church in 2015, and his era was a time of consolidation and rapid growth of the church. Administration was also streamlined and parishioners' records were meticulously maintained. Someone told me that Mother Teresa visited this parish during the time of Father Solomon, and she was so happy and blessed the church. Presently, Father Balraj, our Balraj is in charge ever since last 5 years, and he has not only brought unity among the people, all sections of the people, different languages, different cultures, different societies, but at the same time, one mind and heart. He has got a good parish council, good finance committee, and he made an effort, I hope so, it will be blessed, to build a new church in Indiranagar, Resurrection Parish. And for that, we have to sort of work out the papers. The sisters have been kind enough to give us the land, but we have to register in the name of the church, and the other small details are there. But I'm sure the Resurrection Parish parishioners will be generous enough to contribute so that this is their church, a new church that can hold capacity of many more people, at the same time looking beautiful, a jewel shining in Bangalore. Since the Resurrection Church, for me, is a jewel, a shining jewel in the crown of the Archdiocese. Let it go for many, many years to come and create more records and be forever a model for the Archdiocese.